looking for redemption. All their outside hitters having hit 8% as an aces issue right off the top. If you're Nicoletto and Romano hit 230, and they have to rebound. I want to see them get in-system sets early in this match.
Roberto Russo, a 6'9.5" middle blocker, has 12 scoring blocks so far in the tournament to go along with that ace. Kind of a hybrid. He shows you a couple different looks. DeFalco ran under that, but is able to get the kill on the off-speed swing.
It's going to be really important to get DeFalco going early in the system. The last match, he had a lot of things to clean up. Out of system swings, he couldn't find his rhythm, and that's why they couldn't get him going. If they can get him going early, that's going to be a huge point of emphasis for the United States.
Micah Christensen was there in Rio, and you described it. We were there as well, Kevin, and talk about listless. I mean, Russia was a very good team, but they hammered the United States until Reed Priddy came to the rescue.
Yes!
Of this match, you get into it. After that, it's muscle memory.
Christensen again. Max Holt hitting .686. The middles for the United States have been incredibly efficient, both offensively and defensively. Nicoletto really struggled. Needs some help from Romano. Digging into the court by TJ DeFalco, but Aaron Russell down. There was a net violation called against the Americans.
Russell got a little bit tight to the net with his chest. Went down, but looks like he's fine.
Matt Anderson, who got off to a slow start, there was some concern in the USA volleyball camp, but boy, did he...
Yes!
At the line with misses, and the United States in a fortunate situation getting out of those rotations.
There is John Spurlock, head coach for the United States in his third Olympic cycle. Down to the middle, beautiful play by Gianluca Galazzi.
Italy's passing this way. It is really going to be tough for the United States, especially when you have all three attackers that are so physical at the net.
Italy was overwhelmed by the defending Olympic champions from France in their semifinal. DeFalco blocked on the outside by Galazzi.
I think really just a little bit easier turnaround on their side. I mean, just a blowout. It wasn't even close. One of the most difficult parts for the U.S. the last 48 hours was going to sleep on that first night. What could have been. Just laying in the dark, thinking about things that didn't occur, or things that did.
Nicoletto inside, dug by Shoji. And Matt Anderson mentioned the numbers. First two matches against Argentina.
Yes!
Next three matches against better opponents, Japan, Brazil, and Poland, 5-11. That's a note to go off on.
So impressive watching him and how he developed and evolved throughout the course of the tournament. He rises when it's on. He knows the big matches when they need him. You can count on Matt Anderson.
Nicoletto looking to go off the edge of the block, and he does that off of Anderson and Holt.
I know earlier there's been a lot of focus on what has already happened, but there's nothing to fix on the U.S. side. Listen, there were some tiny plays in set one that John Spurlock felt like could have been cleaned up that would have led to an overall victory, but it was a statistical victory for the American side. They led in a ton of categories. They led in attack, they tied in blocks, they led in the opponent errors, they led in tags, they led in reception. It's the rare...
Yes!
That goes back to your point, why it's so hard, why that loss is so much more difficult than perhaps the Italian loss. It is hard when you know you have it, it's right in your hands, and you didn't get it done.
And Poland had to overcome a couple of very serious injuries to their libero, who stayed in the match, and their starting setter, who had to leave. They're an underdog to me.
Yeah, I would would say the same based on they did everything they had with this banged up lineup, and they figured it out. They found a rhythm. It was all hard for them, and that's how they got through with Wilfredo Leon.
Yeah, Poland is a very interesting story, and we've talked about it throughout the course of these Olympic Games. One of the most talented, one of the most successful, but 5 straight trips to the quarterfinals and never beyond. They're in the gold medal game for the first time since 1970.
Yes!
Last World Championship losing to this Italian club. I still like France at home with the experience, kind of nothing to lose. They already have a gold medal. It's almost the exact same group. They're just going to carry the emotion, I think, the same way that they did against Italy, just running over the Italian.
Off the block and out of bounds. I thought that France might look a little bit pressured or nervous in this situation, defending the Olympic title at home. Far from it. Far from it. They look fantastic out there. I agree with you. I think France is a favorite over Poland coming up tomorrow. That will be followed by the women's bronze medal match between Turkey and Brazil. Gold medal game on the women's side will be on Sunday, the last contest of this Olympic competition between the United States and Italy. Once again, men's side playing for the bronze, women's side playing for the gold.
Italy, one of the best blocking teams at the Olympic Games. This is what the United States has to pay attention to, and it's not just the middle blockers of Italy. It's also the pin blockers that rank at the top area. So working the high hands and working around the block is going to be important for the United States.
Reduce some of that. You're quite right. So in the 2.8 blocks per set, that's the best among the 4 remaining teams in the tournament.
Yes!
Ferdinando Di Giorgi, the head coach, now in his 3rd year on the sideline for the Italians. Winning, as you pointed out, Kevin, a world championship a couple of years ago.
Yes!
Which is an easy task. I think 7. That should have been the lift. It's 100% a lift.
Yes! What a
supporting figure he was for my team back in 1984. Raised a lot of money for us.
I'll tell you what, no one in the arena remembers that. That is a terrific point. He is on the posters. He is the honorary captain. He is very much a part of that effort. That is great protocol.
He has my jersey from the gold medal.
Yes. If only he knew he was 3 early Ferraris on trade.
What makes you think he didn't?
But keep an eye on how Italy blocks in this rotation again. They're going to sag a little bit with Falco alone on that D-ball and focus on the middle of the court and the left side.
Well, Russo really changes it up from the service line. You don't know what to expect. Aaron Russell, number 2, 6'9", playing in the
Yes!
played very well in Rio. He was the next outside hitter in those Olympic Games, but did not make the team in Tokyo. Because he had a serious hip injury.
The United States very lucky to have Aaron Russell out there when the ball is off the net. They've got Anderson and Russell, so they can go in either direction to get someone to, as you would say, clean up the garbage, take out the garbage.
If you spill it, you don't get it again, then you have to clean it up.
Oh, that's true.
Colossi out of the middle once again, number 14. Talk about Anderson and Russell both having really strong tournaments. Matt Anderson, the number 4 overall scorer. Aaron Russell, number 5. Wilfredo Leon of Poland, number 1. Irvin Engapet of France, number 2.
Here's where Josh Tuaniga may have put in the work that the USA needs for this match. The U.S. has seen these angles, this left-handed attack from the service line. Josh has done that. And we'll see if Romano and Michieletto can bend the ball for seams and aces, or if the U.S. is up to the task. Here they side out first ball.
That's really a good call, Kevin Barnett. Josh Tuaniga,
Yes.
setter, former National Player of the Year, playing professionally now in Poland, I believe was his last stop. He'll be a candidate for a roster spot in Los Angeles. Italy and the United States playing for the 8th time ever in Olympic volleyball history. First time ever for the bronze medals. Long run by Romanov. Wow. That ball got to come out, doesn't it, Salima?
It's an unfortunate play for the United States, especially when they're out of rhythm. Romanov in rhythm is going to rip the ball, but when he's chipping off the block, they've got to pick that ball up.
That, to me, looked like something the U.S. prepped for. They knew it was coming in, 2 guys coming in.
Oh, for sure.
But that's the block trying to make a play and inadvertently redirecting the ball to being unplayable.
DeFalco off to a little bit of a rough start. Maddie himself.
Keep an eye on this and see if DeFalco can really work his way out. See him take a swing at this, gets blocked. A little bit of frustration on the side of DeFalco, but he can steady out. He's going to be an important part of the offense for the United States.
DeFalco really struggled in that semifinal against Poland, just 4 of 15.
Yes.
This team has gone as this man has gone. I've been really impressed with Fernando De Giorgi and his control in setting the tone for his side.
Palazzo, expert pass. That ball sprayed out of bounds by Gianluca Galassi.
They're going to want to run the middle attack. This is where they can have some success on the side of Italy. I like them forcing it a little bit because the pins are so strong and so effective. You're going to see Holt and Averill start to cheat in one direction or the other and perhaps get caught.
To the floor, straight down by the birthday boy. Simone Giannelli, his 28th birthday today. And speaking of that, that means he go back 3 Olympics, and he was on the floor in Rio when Italy beat the United States in that semifinal.
Italy right now with 5 service errors. I think the United States has been getting off the hook. I mean, this is early in the match so far. We'll see if they can keep this ball in play.
In the semis, that was Wilfredo Leon. They'll get off the hook here, and in fact, it's an ace from the middle. Unusual for Italy.
Galassi, one of their better servers. He's the 3rd on their list, and they are one of the top ace serving teams. So keep an eye on that.
Restorative service has been a good one for the U.S.
The middles of the U.S. have been huge. We haven't seen that quite, like you said, Kevin, from the middles of Italy. We see 14 aces from the middles of the United States compared to 4 Italy.
A note here, those 4 and now 5 are all from Galassi. On the United States side, Max Holt and Taylor Averill have 7 apiece.
Palazzo is in a really good rhythm, passing right now. Flying in is Shoji. United States way ahead in the point. Free ball. Diva back to Averill. Christensen wanted a lift. Off the top of the block and down. Micah Christensen is very, very upset at the first referee from Bulgaria.
I think rightfully so.
Rightfully so, but obviously want to keep moving, and he did. He kept going, but to let that frustrate you, look at that play by Eric Shoji, who's been phenomenal throughout the Olympic Games. Take a look at this.
There's no way that applies 10 years ago. No way. That gets whistled before it happened 10 years ago. Today, well, do whatever you want. I'm good at Lux whistles. That's really on the edge. Ice cream cone for you.
2 scoops. Deep dish. Ooh, close set.
If you're John Sparrow, you're looking at the potential sub here. Or if you're Thomas Chesney, get ready.
And you're thinking about while he's on the court, can you go in the opposite direction. You get Matt Anderson going, reverse the floor a little bit in some of those situations, just so you can keep him on the court. Maybe you can pass, serve some balls, ride it out a little bit, and see where you are.
The problem is he's 1 for 6 with 2 errors, and you know Jeffsky played well and is an Olympic veteran.
Timeout called by the United States, trailing in the opening set.
Almost lays that dog low in the middle, but let's make sure we get the rhythm.
Yes! 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 Yes. 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 Yes.
You never know what's going to happen when the
competition winding down. Bronze medal game between the United States and Italy. The Americans took the opener 25-23 back with Selena Rockwell, Kevin Barnett, Heather Cox on the sideline in Paris. I'm Paul Sunderland. Defensive battle in that opening set.
It is. It's a low percentage hitting game, but you're seeing digs by both teams, and the United States way out digging their opponent, but it's the blocks, 3 and 4 respectively, which is big for both teams. The United States out blocking a much better blocking team. One thing of note, but I just think it's a really interesting story of how they're working to get DeFalco back in the game. They set him on match point, even when he only had 1 kill at the time, but I like that they want to work him back in, and they can get him going again. The blocks per set, we talked about that one last time. 1 full block difference per set, which is huge. It is huge, and so it's nice to see the United States, particularly Max Holt, really taking care of the job at the net.
Defensive emphasis in that opening set. The United States of the 4 remaining teams in the tournament. Number 1 hitting 436. 436 as a team. They're held to 200. Italy, number 2 at 380, also held to 200. There's Russo. Back row combination.
Yes!
This might be the last match ever for Matt Anderson in the United States. He might rethink. He's playing at a really high level.
I don't know that Matt knows what he's going to do. Matt has not really shared what his plans may or may not be. His family is growing. He may not want to travel as much. He's had a very successful career, not only honors-wise, but also financially. He has a lot of options. And this is what you do. You love doing this.
Amy and Jennifer once again watching in Hamburg, New York. Boy, it was nervous time in Hamburg during the Polish match, and now playing for the bronze. There is Romano.
It'd be unusual to see a 40-year-old opposite playing the game.
Very.
But we've had George Grozier in this one.
Yes!
He still has it. He has his touch and he can do it.
Oh, he absolutely has it. There's been no fall off in this Olympics.
And Grozier's arm is going to be donated to the Mayo Clinic to examine how the heck he is still hitting the ball at over 100K.
Yeah, you're going to want stem cell injections to your shoulder from the Grozier's cell line.
Micheletto. That was Romano, excuse me. 2 lefties out there, one wearing number 5, Alessandro Micheletto, and then Yuri Romano wearing number 16, the number 3 scorer in the tournament.
Micheletto in picking up that tip was not an option out of the back row. That's going to be something, a wrinkle that they would like to use him out of the pipe and Romano out of the D pretty consistently.
3 of the top 5 scorers in the tournament in this bronze medal game.
Yes!
Now they're starting that muscle memory, that playing of volleyball. Everybody's together, making plays. I think they're finally into this match.
They got to get off Golasso. Golasso's passing the ball perfectly, and Shoji gobbling up everything at the defensive end. The ball off of Christensen and out of bounds.
Interestingly enough, coming into the set, Golasso is one of their lowest percentage perfect passers, and they're working his seams. They're working him hard. He's a lot of trouble to his right when he's on the line, working that sideline. So we'll see if they keep testing him. Of course, he's one of the best liberos in the world, but there's some statistical data throughout the course of the Olympics that would suggest they can keep working him.
That ball just out of bounds. to that point, Mickey Aletto at 6 foot.
Yes.
50% shooter for Colosso, only 43. Mickey Aletto again. What a bright future this young man has in front of him. Just 22 years of age, playing in his second Olympics. As we go back to Paris, on the sideline to Heather Cox.
Well, believe it or not, 6'11" Alessandro Micheletto used to be a libero. You won't believe the growth spurt he went through. The picture that you're going to see on the right is from 2016 and shows a 6'1" Micheletto with his 6-foot teammate. Fast forward to the picture on the left, same two teammates playing in 2020. Micheletto grew 10 inches in 4 years and it's now 6'11", towering over his teammate. And yeah, you guessed it, no longer libero, guys.
But maintaining some of those skills, which is wild.
So you have to wonder, at that age, are his feet huge? Like, what's going on there? Like, are there boats? Does he have like a 17, 18-foot size foot?
Are you wondering if he's like a small St. Bernard?
I don't know. It's really interesting.
Or jumbo shrimp. Beautiful angle down inside. Christensen thought he had a beat on it.
Are you envisioning him with perhaps a barrel around his neck? What are you thinking about here?
I'm thinking about my own son. He's a 15 shoe and he's not quite 6 feet. Let's go 10 inches. Let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah. All right. He's on blast.
Come on, Riley.
Mickey Aletto really struggled against France. Actually, was taken out of the match after a couple of sets. He was 2 for 13 today.
Yes.
U.S. team.
He's ripping the ball.
He's ripping the ball. He was less than average the first set, and they won. And they can get him going.
He's 3 for his last 3, I believe, or 3 of his last 4. He's really coming to rhythm here.
Good pass by the former libero. That's where the training come from. That was an outstanding story and resource by Heather Cox. I mean, Mickey Aletto trained as a libero for a while until he grew a foot.
So successful throughout this Olympic Games. He is ripping them up.
Two of the very best in the business in this match on his birthday once again. Simone Giannelli in his 3rd Olympic Games wearing number 6 in blue, and Micah Christensen also at his 3rd Olympic Games wearing number 11 in red. Christensen has been the starting setter for the United States since he was still a student at USC.
Big server here.
That's going to be trouble.
What a read by Shoji to keep that ball off the floor.
Yes.
Didn't get to see what was the saving dig and why was Eric Shoji even there? What's he doing there? Tight pass. Giannelli's ruled over the net. He's 6'7". Got called for throwing that down the ball on the side of the United States.
This just need a combination of position and the lift, I think. Yeah, what's low over it?
Game's over.
Legal tip. I mean, that was a tip.
That was a clean tip.
Why is Max Holt not up?
Maybe he thought he was in the back row. That's all I can think of. Yeah. in the tournament, hitting .453 efficiency. How are these men doing it?
He just has so much range. They're physical, they're big, yes, and he's a lefty, but he sees the block really well. He knows when he has a sliver of line. He knows when there's two big blockers in front of him. Excellent vision.
Yes.
Russell, wife, and the Pierce family. In-laws cheering on Aaron Russell.
You know how much everyone was itching to get back to the Olympics after Tokyo, not being able to go.
Nicky Electo with a bomb over the top of the block.
And that's the challenge with Nicky Electo. When he can go high and hit that ball over, if you're not right there, Nicky Russell actually was right there, it's hard to defend the spots because he has such a sharp angle and a really nice line shot as well.
Yeah, top level offense always defeats top level blocking.
Good block by Italy on the back row combination. Covered by Christensen. That is such a good swing, but it's tracked down. Ball to the live. Falco off of Galassi.
Yes.
Technically, you have to have 1 foot in contact with the playing surface in order to continue. That is 2 once again. How many times have we said high flat in this tournament in the men's game? Thousands.
Huge change from years past. Players learning that the challenge system is there to give them the high fly. And so consequently, you see them work with it a ton. There are plenty that are obvious, but it allows you, the player, to just constantly hit it. And even in practice now, you can't have arguments in practice. You can't lie as the blocker in practice, which we used to go on when you're trying to win a drill and be a competitor. You can't do that anymore because you're disadvantaging your team when it comes to actually playing the matches. Tom Hoff.
Yes.
Speaking of gold medals, the United States has won gold on 3 occasions, 84, 88, and 2008, and also bronze twice. The ball just out of bounds on the Italian side of the equation. They have medaled a total of 6 times, but never gold.
I think a lot of people will kind of give these guys a hard time about being bronze medalists perhaps twice. And it's unfounded. If you look back in the history of the game, the 84 gold, the 88 gold, I would argue, and you're welcome to argue at home or with me on the internet, that the field was nowhere near what it is now. The game, obviously nowhere near what it is now, but you had in this tournament legitimately 8 teams that you could craft a scenario where they would win the tournament. And you had 10 teams that you thought could stand on a medal stand. Paul, you were there. I don't think that's the case in 1988, 1984.
Well, let's be honest, 84 was a boycotted Olympics. My Olympic medal, my gold medal, I don't feel as diminished. We were the number 1 team in the world going in before the boycott was announced. But that changed things, no doubt about it. It changed the depth of the 84 Olympic Games. 88 was much stronger. The United States beat the Soviet Union for the gold medal in that one. But I agree with you, Kevin. Going back to our conversations before the start of the tournament, we were talking about Serbia having an impact and all these other teams. The depth now is really quite incredible on both the men's and the women's side. Timeout called. Italy on top in the second, 14-13.
Yes!
Taylor Averill fan club is growing by leaps and bounds, based 100% on his numbers and his performance in this tournament.
That fan club better come with some temporary tattoos. That's what I want. I want a tattoo package every month.
Mickey Electo out of the pipe. A little bit of a collision under the net. Mickey Electo going to Averill.
That's the big attack we talked about earlier. They can use Micheletto when he's freed up from the passing. If they don't serve him short, they can get him out of that play. They cannot get him out of that play. It's a ton of stretch when you have Romano on the right as well on a perfect pass.
Oh, yeah, he was under, but the ruling is the ball was down. But it's a challenge for the United States. The gold medal game on the men's side will be tomorrow. We'll have that for you between Poland and France. Bronze medal game on the women's side also tomorrow, followed by the last match of the tournament between the United States and Italy for the gold medal. Let's go to Heather Cox on the sideline.
Well, Kevin was just talking about Taylor Averill's tattoos. He's got a ton, lots of little ones up and down his arm, but two that are very meaningful to him. The tattoo on Taylor's neck reads, "Maybe," alluding to the parable of the Chinese farmer who views no events as either good or bad. But his most meaningful tattoo is the one on his hand, which reads, "Existing is enough," which Taylor says was the sentence that he uttered the first time he allowed himself to let go and cry in a therapy session. He said, "Overall, my tattoos are a reflection of my personality. They're random, they're chaotic, and fun."
This is a man who's been on a journey, and he has this part of it. He says, "I'm trying to find ways to give back as the next chapter of my career. How can I give back to the volleyball community that gave me so much and do that for other kids?" A thoughtful guy says, curious by nature and kind of needs newness all the time. And this
Yes!
briefly at UC Irvine. That did not work out at that particular time. Some of those reasons are in the material that we just shared with you from Heather Cox and Kevin Barnett as well. And then he went on to the University of Hawaii and had an excellent career before finally making it to his first Olympics.
and he's a good follow on social.
We'll be back in just a few moments. Stay with us.
We believe no journey is taken alone. Toyota, start your impossible.
Bronze medal game between Italy and the United States. The Americans won the opening set 25-23, and like the first, the second has been very, very competitive indeed. With Selena Rockwell, national team member and alternate in 1996, two-time Olympian Kevin Barnett, Heather Cox on the sideline in Paris, and Paul Sunderland. The tournament is winding down. Men's gold medal game tomorrow, France and Poland.
That's something I had on yesterday.
Falco has righted the ship.
He absolutely has. He's come back with his attacking. He looks comfortable playing right now. And I give a lot of credit to everyone. Coach Straw, Micah setting him. There's a lot of pieces involved in getting somebody back in a rhythm, someone that you know can be a key component.
Andrea Becker.
Russo back to serve.
Yes!
College teams and then the national team, and she's been an instrumental part of creating the team culture, cohesion, and communication that's present with these men and the way that they feel they play with and for one another.
Averill doing it at the service line. Daniele Lavia, really smart shot. All the high flat and all the deep shots, as that opened up the middle of the court for a shot like that.
100%. It just hollows out the center of that campfire because you do have two guys generally playing flat or one guy playing sharp underneath.
And the challenge is when an Eric Serge's not on the court, that's probably going to fall. If he's there, he can read that and make a play.
Not on the court is the libero because one of the middle blockers was serving.
Service again could matter. This is how Poland got the Americans.
Yes!
Matt Furby, pumping the arms. Long-time assistant coach working hard on the sideline to get the heck out of the way.
Dude, a low shot and deliver the facial too. That was a straight right.
That looked like an Italian point all the way. Instead, the Americans go back up by 2.
Yes!
Further than most people you see, so that's a very dangerous situation.
Now we have a net violation challenge from the Georgian and the Italians. I'm interested to see this.
If it stands, that USA gets 19 points.
Or if there was legitimate contact. Went to a full back roll. Either one could be true right now.
Vlade Divac's reference.
Yeah, we're going way back.
Divac's longtime Los Angeles Laker NBA champion. Traded at one time for the rights for Kobe Bryant. That worked out pretty well. Vlade Divac actually was president of the Serbian Olympic Committee.
It stands, yeah. After Bill Caulfield stands, and there's no net fault, Italy loses its challenge.
So far in the afternoon in Paris, the United States now with a 19-16 advantage.
Se loro fanno un'azione di difesa si risponde con la stessa moneta e se non ci riusciamo e l'azione dopo la cosa più importante è rimanere nel gioco.
My comprehension of Italian is not particularly good, but gosh, it sounds nice. It's a beautiful language. I just wanted to listen there for a moment.
Played overseas in Italy, played in Austria and Belgium, other countries, and I'll tell you what, I do not have any Belgian Flemish music nor German music, but I have a lot of Italian music.
The middles once again, Max Holt. At 37 years of age, like Matt Anderson, like Aaron Russell's 31, just thinking out loud about who could be back for the Los Angeles Olympic Games.
Well, I've got some intel coming from some sources in Paris that Matt has not gotten rid of the possibility of coming back for the Los Angeles Games, and he's not said anything one way or the other. He's taking great care of himself, and it's an American Olympic Games that is an incentive to return.
Nice tap down that time by Gianelli. Almost mandatory score that time for Italy.
Still love the defensive effort on the side of the USA. They're keeping the ball alive. That was just a trap set that got a little bit away from them. But if they can keep up that energy, and they're going to have to, because Italy can come back from the service line at any given moment.
The resume in this tournament for the United States. One of the top seeds. They were undefeated in their pool. Beat Brazil 3-1 in the quarters. And then that devastating loss to Poland. You got to give Poland a tremendous amount of credit for pulling that out.
Yes!
This is a beautiful set all the way across the court. And Russell sees it. He sees the block. He's ready to tool if he needs to, and just drops it over.
The creativity of the players today is amazing to me. I just wonder, why didn't this get thought of earlier? Romano. This is fine, but Italy cannot play a side-out game with the Americans. That's where it's turned into, is basically a side-out battle.
Romano can help in those situations. And of course, he's hitting 600 at this point, 9 of 13. And you know, you got to let that go. He's going to go off. But they've been doing a really nice job is containing the middles.
Sbertoli in to serve. And nearly got it right off. Good opportunity. I go Romano.
High flat, you could clearly hear the touch.
Love that Kevin. Romano. Nice hustle by Russell. Yeah, Brian.
Selena Rockwell riding raps. Maybe even Snoop Dogg could do a little collab.
Wouldn't that be amazing? It's all I wanted.
For you, yes.
Timeout now called by Speraw. John Speraw, head coach at UCLA, as well as his duties as heading up the Olympic program. Let's listen in.
The space that you need to take.
And that's why he reached all the way towards the antenna, and that's why he got tooled off the high hands.
Yep, his nickname is Sunshine. The American lead was 3 at 1916. Sbertoli. Left-hander. Boy, that was a perfect setup for Mickey Electric.
We talked about the way he can't get hot from the service line. This is a phenomenal set right now. He came in, got the United States out of system in the first one, and this one is just flying off the court. Sbertoli, they're going to have to figure out a way to really absorb this pass.
Christensen back row couldn't touch that. He was just trying to feign interference, get a tip out of it. Mickey Romano.
It's going to be called a left. I think that's a good call. That was in the mix for a long time.
So the U.S. is going to have to figure out where they're going to go out of system. Can they hit Matt Anderson the ball? If the ball is going to be sprayed off the net. Is there Russell able to get up? Because those are your two probably highest percentage swings out of system with the serve.
Another Italian server giving the Americans grief.
Yes.
On the sideline as Bertoli goes to the sideline. Galassi is there, and then the libero comes on Galasso. Good look from behind.
Keep an eye on Romano going on that right side out of the back row.
Yep. You good?
Very close.
No, USA did not get those points. It was out.
Let's take a look. Oh, it's out by a good margin.
Maxwell, 100% green light guy in these games.
Cool, back to back. Max Holtz wasn't close. That one.
Yes.
Skills of both of these young centers, Micah Christensen and Simone Gianelli. They both have really good jump serves. The Anderson family sits courtside for the last match of this Olympic Games.
Jacqueline, Jamie, and Juno. Was there a touch? Did it get a piece of Mickey Electo? It did not. That ball out of bounds.
Simone Gianelli was going to keep the run, the comeback against Japan. He was serving that 5 or 6 point run that saved him.
Down 24-21 in the third and down 2 sets to none.
An IMS ball going towards the Falco here. If he's in the passing pattern.
Oh, good swing. What a pass by Shoji.
Great pass by Sergio. That was just ripping.
Yes.
Maybe not cut it through the middle of this late in the set.
Moment here for DeFalco. Missed it in that. Missed at the service line last time, into the net. Get to a spot.
Go and jump float. Down the line.
Yeah, that's right. You got a little off balance. That's fine. You made him make a play. Now you need to make one yourself.
Set point for Italy.
Everyone's saying that's a sweet swing. I mean, that was a nice rip down the line. Caught him high. He's in a good spot.
Missed out of bounds by Russo.
Yes.
I like that little pop-up conversation basketball. Talking to DeFalco there on the sideline.
Maybe DeFalco, we didn't get a chance for it. Avril's been serving very well, but DeFalco has been ripping the dick, and I wondered if the Americans got a chance off a deflection. Second set point now for Yuri Romano. Christensen is fearless.
This is his moment.
It's a kill in the box, baby.
Oh yeah. The lefter. The left shoulder for look at the coaches. Set point. Set point now for Christensen. Going with jump float off Palazzo. And right back to that. Michieletto.
A nice turn down the line by Michieletto, but knew it was going there. Anderson stepped in to help, and look how he creates this off the edge of the right hand. That's a...
Could have been a left on DeFalco. Ready.
Yes!
Bronze medals matter.
Set point, also in the United States.
So we've had 2 misses, 2 floats in on the American side. A little mixture of approach.
Yes!
Pressure on the receivers for Italy. Michieletto, forward swing. High level on both sides.
Listen, they were not a gold medal contender for no reason at all. They had an off match, got beaten up pretty bad by the home side, but it was not really indicative of the volleyball they played over the last 18 months to 2 years.
Well, that's the right swing at the right time. We saw him hitting that line seam early on and out crosscourt to Holt when Shoji's not back there.
Roll combination off of Gianelli.
Pass to attack.
Yes!
With a couple of really clutch receptions. There's Anderson. 4th set point. Italy has had 2 set points. United States on top of Italy for the bronze medal, 30-28 in the second. Italy, the reigning world champions, and TJ DeFalco struggled in the semifinal against Poland, struggled early here, but who did they go to put that ball away at the end? And the middles have been a huge positive for the Americans throughout the tourney.
Well, they have, any time they're passing well, they're getting the ball to the middles. The United States, it's interesting, they're only at 38% perfect pass, but when they're passing the ball well, these are the two that have been able to score, and they're starting to get it done from the service line as well. So the middle blockers keep feeding the middles, and that's what the United States has to do and will continue to do throughout the match.
So if you're the Italians, what you might do is start committing on a perfect pass. However, I think Micah Christensen's making it hard on you because they're moving it around quite a bit. We've seen a number of gaps, some behinds, some in fronts, some single quicks right in gaps where the ball is passed into a gap.
And they've even committed a couple of times and haven't been able to stop him because he's been so freaking fast.
So fast and so high. Perfect.
Couple of choices by Micah Christensen late in that set, going back and forth. Deuce, it ends up being 30-28, and even when he was off the net, not in a perfect pass situation, able to jam that ball into the middle. Very aggressive and confident setting. Italy in blue, the reigning world champions, playing for their fourth bronze medal. The United States won bronze in 2016 and also in 1992. Poland and France will play tomorrow for the gold. And then on the last match, it will be the United States women looking to go back-to-back as they take on Italy. And Paola Egonu, among others, very, very strong Italian team, has made it to the women's championship match. Underway, third set. Russell gets the Americans on the board first.
Yeah.
Strong middle attack on perfect passes. The other side will start fronting. We've seen other teams do this against the American side. There's a slide here. As soon as Averill moves over, he is being followed. So you can go long distance to Matt Anderson pretty effectively when that ball is passed towards the left side of your own court.
Yes.
Stressing, going pin to pin, maybe some back row attack to get them to jump and create that space out of the back row.
5 scoring blocks now for the United States.
Yes.
Russell showing up, taking up space. This is where you want to go with it. You want to hit that third blocker and work the weakest edge with that left hand. Very disciplined block by Russell.
Early timeout called by Italy, trailing 2 sets to none. They lost the second. They had a couple of set points. 30-28, lost the first. 25-23. Back with Selima Rockwell, Kevin Barnett, Paul Sunderland, Heather Cox on the sideline in Paris. Beginning of this set, let's take a moment and preview the men's championship between France and Poland.
I think France has the advantage, home crowd, experience, defending Olympic champions. Poland, questionable, banged up in several areas. Bieniek, their middle blocker, already out. Their libero question, too many question marks on the Polish side.
Let's go to Heather Cox once again in Paris.
Guys, perhaps no one in the crowd knows better what this team is going through than Eric Shoji's brother, Kavika Shoji, who battled with this team in Rio the last time they were in this situation, fighting for a bronze medal. So before the match, we talked, and he said, I know exactly what the guys are feeling. You have one night, and you pick yourself up. These veteran guys will have wise words for the younger ones. Our team feeds off the crowd, which is something we missed big time in Tokyo, but we've got it here today, and Kavika
Yes.
with the cheers for
Oh,
Team
wait,
USA.
what?
I'll tell you what, Kavika familiar with difficult situations his entire career behind Micah Christensen. Kavika Shoji, an outstanding setter who had to play that role for the Americans and played it so effectively, coming in as a serving sub, coming in sometimes as a double sub, but knowing a lot of the time that he was going to be playing that secondary role.
Both brothers competing together for the Stanford Cardinals. One of the loyal families of the sport of volleyball, Father David, a legendary coach.
Yes!
We have several different competing factions.
Sounds like something on Netflix or Amazon Prime.
I do not want to face the Sato army with Leanne Sato in charge.
Oh, no, you don't.
She was a bad woman.
Yeah, she still is.
Both Leanne and Eric playing on the Olympic team in 1998.
Romano hitting this high down the line, finding that space. I like that Russell is all the way out there. That's what they told him to be. Be strong with that left hand down the line. But Romano's so good at hitting that ball flat.
Math wrong. 1988, not 98. The decades all flow together.
Yeah!
Still involved with USA Volleyball in a very big way with the foundation.
5-2 early lead.
Yes!
Serve reasonably tough, but serve in because you're on a roll with this. You are in the Italian's head.
Third stuff block of this set. Another score, the lead is 5.
Yes!
Confidence, and that's the difference. That's what you saw Poland do. When they just went off, they felt confident, and the serving jacked up the pressure was too much.
What a performance so far by Team USA.
Timeout called by Italy.
First two sets nip and tuck. The largest lead was by the United States of 3. But in the third, with a chance to close it out, the Americans up by 5. And everybody is contributing right now for the United States. Very tough to defend.
Well, it's tough to defend, especially against an elite blocking team like Italy. But you have to do this. And Micah Christensen is doing it without them passing even over 40% perfect pass. He's moving the ball around even when he's off the net. Very difficult to close the block.
Little pinball. Pokey by Christensen. Well done by Romano with almost no approach.
That's what that length and that vision can do for you. He can see the high hands, where the defense is, keeps that ball in front of him, does a nice job moving it around the court.
All the top men's teams are very long, very physical, and Italy is no different. 6'11", 6'9 and a half, 6'8". That's where the game has been for a long time.
Yes!
They just cannot stop the middle attack of the United States right now.
Max Holt, like Matt Anderson, 37 years of age.
Yes!
even at 37, he's still touching upwards of 12 feet.
Yes! Oh, come on! It was out! I thought it was in, but it's not.
I know a lot has happened in this Olympic volleyball tournament since the early rounds. But remember Holt against Germany in the 5th set?
He ran off.
This tournament could have been a lot different had the United States...
Yes!
We talked so much about player superstitions. It's not just the players, it's the families too. Max Holt's family has been holding tight to good luck charms throughout every match here in Paris. Max's mom, Angie, handed out homemade kind of Taylor Swift style friendship bracelets to many of the teammates' family members. As for the bracelets that Angie is wearing,
Yes!
No, that is true. Or 11-5 is the lead.
Yes! Oh, no.
Sunshine a little frustrated with that, but this is a nice high swing. They steal the line like you need to on a triple block. That's a perfectly set up block. Micheletto, very good at hitting that high flat.
Ooh, tough chance. The ball set right into the block. Oh, no. Falco looked like he got hung up that time with Averill because only one of them participated in the block. No, Averill was just late. Yeah. Another look at it. Averill went with the middle. Russo. Tough serve.
Remember that team was at the line. Gianelli can rattle off a few in a row.
Micah Christensen keeping it light. 3-point lead, nothing to worry about.
And John Spry's team playing quality volleyball. There's nothing to adjust. Kind of like coming into the match. There wasn't a lot to adjust. You played good volleyball in the semis. So same thing here. You've been playing some quality volleyball. You're up 2-0. You've been leading. There's no reason to start pressing the panic button as they would most definitely do on a European club team.
And oh, by the way, the Italians are the defending world champions. Micheletto again, slicing inside.
That's just a good shot.
Yeah, that's what he can do. He has that sharp angle, sharp cross court, especially that ball's a little bit outside of his body, and he's coming straight inside of the court. He cups it.
Beach tournament's not over yet. That was a pretty good shot.
I tell you, Poland carries the weight of a nation when it comes to their performance in this games. Micheletto carries the weight of all the Barrows who wanted to be outside hitters.
Good service run by Gianelli.
They're pulling hands and ducking a lot on DeFalco.
Anderson trying to put an end to it, not yet.
Yes!
Michelle Sprawl looking on with family and friends here. Watching him make this read right there. Perfect as he slid to his left. He's watching the play and reacting to what's in front of him.
short, getting it on Russo. Oh, that's a good swing by Romano. 3 big blockers in front. Hot hands.
Russell was there. He's on the line. I know he was right where he needed to be. He couldn't fully see it, but he got out there. Oh yeah, he's there. Better swing.
He's on the fish for sure. He's on the crowd. He's right there. Just a matter of him piling into the pot and pull him up off the ground.
Tough serve by Micheletto on the floor in front of Anderson. Italy trailed by 6. Now they're only looking at a 1-point deficit.
Talked about what a lethal serving team this team can be. They've got a couple of people from the service line. Micheletto is one of them. Changing it up.
Excellent serve. Excellent serve.
Now he's going to rip this one.
Off the block and out of bounds. Very good court awareness. Good GPS.
That could have hit him. Here's the commit block. They finally got it. Rattled through to Falco. Slow move. And I still like them running this. They haven't been able to stuff them straight down, even if they hit it high off the hands.
Flavia. Got a piece. 1-on-1 against Christensen.
Block had to hold in the middle because they've been liking to set that quick attack on the right side of the court. Watch. Holt has to stay home. The big block by Christensen will put his hand out there as a target.
Swing by DeFalco. I think that was Russo that went over the sideline.
Yeah.
He will stay there to be replaced by Libro.
He tried to slow that frame down, but he could not.
Ochi. Good chase and hustle by the United States. Italy was not going to go quietly. Certainly one of the favorites coming in the medal. And look what they did in the preliminary round. They beat Brazil. And oh, by the way, they beat Poland as well, who's playing for the gold medal on tomorrow afternoon.
Their efficiency offensively can turn into a side-out battle, and this looks a lot like the ending.
Micheletto out of the back row, and we're tied.
The difference there was the American attack could never get behind the ball. They were under it almost every single time. Nobody could really lace into it. Micheletto here with a rhythm swing. Not everything he had, but 85% of number 5 is a kill. 90% of the time. That's a lot of percentages.
Micheletto now 13 of 24, hitting .458. That's not a batting average in volleyball. You take kills minus errors, whether you hit a ball out or a block, and then divide it by the total number of attempts. Oh, good pass. Flavia with a really good pass. Giovanni Sanguinetti, his first kill. Haven't seen him much during these Olympics. His first, wearing number 11.
Of the United States, how they're moving the ball around, who they're setting in right opportunities. Holt, again, could have get thrown in there. They like Christensen has been forcing it to the middle. Left that gap for Russell. Twice now, Micheletto's gotten on Holt there in the angle. Just pay attention to that matchup when he's way outside where he's actually directing the ball. And that's the beauty of someone that size. He can still crack it wherever he wants to.
6'11", playing at the outside hitting position. There's Sanguinetti. New look from the service line. Bronze medal at stake. Another middle who can rip the ball for the Italians.
Young and aggressive is how you would describe this Italian club.
First lead for Italy since late in the second set. Avero that time inside of Russo.
And I definitely love the vibe of the United States where they have to maintain that sense of urgency. It is not over. Italy can do it from the service line. They can do it with Russo and Romano, and Micheletto.
It's been a good rotation for Italy. This is how they got back in this match, in this rotation with Gianelli.
Micheletto tearing up the U.S. right now for his side. He's a big part of why Italy is in the position they are with the ad
1. Falco has really worked his way back into this match after a slow start, hitting about 240 right now. 11 kills for TJ.
That's from negative territory at the start.
Micheletto once again. Really good bounce back for the 22-year-old youngster in his second Olympics after going only 2 of 13 in the semifinal against France.
So if you make a little bit of adjustment against him, you're going to want to start to take the angle. Unless the ball is tight. If it gets tight, you're going to want to be right head up on the line. But make him hit a couple down line and tell the line that you're going to open it up.
That's where he was effective early on in the match. We'll see if that makes a difference.
Yeah, you definitely hit it. It's just, you got to kind of mess with him, play with him a little bit.
Very nice dig by Micheletto, and then Romano falling backwards, missed that out of bounds. A big break for the United States. The Anderson family in Hamburg, New York. Tied at 19. They would like nothing more from the Americans to win a race to 6. Hold back up front. United States ahead in the point. Oh, beautiful, beautiful block. Russell stuck in the middle, and a very good chest bump.
You have to love that when you're out of position and make a big play. We talked about him getting stuck in the middle of the court. How about it?
That's why the coaches are there. Now I know.
That's why they're so close to the court.
You got to get a chest bump, man, in a big moment.
He said, who's the middle blocker?
Yes! Who's the middle blocker? That's a great line. That's a great line.
Missed out of bounds by Averill. Tied at 20. Shoji has been again so rock solid, and look who's coming on. Ricardo Spertoli, and I mentioned that because he's the backup setter, and he really put some pressure on the United States in the second set.
That could have been the difference. He got them 2 points off of his serve.
A set to 5. The United States can sweep, take home their 3rd ever bronze. Miscue. Romano. Off the edge of Aaron Russell.
That was an unfortunate miscue on the side of the United States on that back row attack, creating this opportunity. And here's that line attack that Romano has been very successful doing.
I was calling for it. John Speraw has obliged.
Fernando De Giorgi, in his third year now, heading up the Italian men's effort, led them to the World Championship a couple of years ago. Listen in. Javier Weber very, very active during the American timeouts, not only in this bronze medal game, but throughout. Been an assistant coach with John Sproul for the United States the last couple of years, 3 times at the Olympic Games, 5 times in the World Championships.
Advising Aaron Russell to get out to the line just a little bit more on Romano.
The conversations in the modern game are so much different than the ones I had in the dark ages. Italy looking to extend the lead. Off the block and out of bounds, Max Holt.
The faith in the middle.
But continuing to move it around, not just repeating, and wearing someone out. It is difficult to do that.
Brilliant setting performance by Micah Christensen. And against Bertoli. Out of the match and off the line, tied at 21. The United States leads at 2-0. 25-23, 30-28. Oh, such a good swing by Romano. Ball was called out of bounds, but there was definitely a touch.
Russell where he needed to be. Nice swing, man. That was a great swing by Romano.
Another tough test for the U.S. receivers. First ball side out needed.
Russell again in reception. Matt Anderson off the left.
And all set up by the extreme use of the middle. Even in that compressed environment, you get the middle of the jump.
Matt Anderson having another big match. Put down set point in the opener, and they went crazy in Hamburg, New York. Tied at 22. Ooh, just on the sideline. Sanguinetti getting a little bit of just a piece. Let's see how close this is.
It's been a very good substitution for Italy. He's been good from the service line. He's attacking well with the net. I like that substitution with Sanguinetti.
Replace Bossetti. Served out of bounds. A lot of late misses, Kevin, from the service line for Italy. Not just here, but in the previous sets as well.
And they've opened the door. Time for the U.S. to walk through it and put themselves onto the medal stand with a victory in this set. This would do it. And you got the right guy at the line.
You go. Anderson. Of course you do. Next point. Bronze medal point.
Nittany Lion and Nittany Lion.
Such a good swing, and he's been doing that time and time again. Hitting .511 over the last 4 matches is Anderson. Match point. Michieletto to Anderson for the bronze. Anderson this time for the win, not yet. Dubbed by Balasso.
plays, right? All those swings, all the incredible plays. What did Mickey Leno do after he got up from this one? All that pressure, just a big smile on his face.
What a point by both teams. Golasso about 3 or 4 dings. Wonderful effort on both sides, tied. 1 match point saved. That's a foot fault. We've seen so many that have been so close. We've seen so many that we thought were foot faults. That clearly was.
And how tough for Segmentanti, who's come in, barely played. Done a nice job, and that's a tough era.
Second match point.
And this is hit in the right sequence for the American side. In terms of service, one last time, Anderson now. Back row combination, done by Shoji.
DeFalco for the win!
By TJ DeFalco. What a performance by this group of men to come back. It didn't take them long to work their way into the match, and they were steady throughout against a tough Italian side.
If this is the last time around, this is a magnificent performance. You can't wipe away what happened 48 hours ago. They came out and they played volleyball at a very high level. If that's the last match for Matt Anderson and the rest of this group, what a way to go out. A tremendous, tremendous performance taken home. The 3rd ever bronze in USA men's volleyball history.
DeFalco coming through after a tough performance in the last match. It's got to be such a good feeling for him. Being counted on, being relied on, being believed in by his coaches, by his setter, and by his teammates. An amazing moment for TJ DeFalco.
Interesting moment there, and beautiful bit of sportsmanship. Matt Anderson, knowing full well that this could be sharing it with his coach, but also with Alessandro Michieletto, one of the players who's going to be carrying the torch for the game in the future. The United States wins it 25-23, 30-28, 26-24 for the bronze medal. Tremendous contest, the United States over Italy, 3-0.
What an incredible game, and that second match point as we welcome you back to USA's Olympic coverage. I'm Catherine Tappan. The United States wins the bronze medal in men's volleyball. This is the USA's first Olympic medal in men's volleyball since winning bronze in 2016 in Rio. So let's take a look at today's medal count now, presented by Delta, the official airline of Team USA. So that's another medal for the United States, but China has overtaken the United States in the gold medal count, picking up 3 golds just today. The United States still leads in the overall medal count. The gold medal race in Tokyo, if you recall, it came down to the final day between China and the United States, so we could be looking at another thrilling race right down to the line. Coming up, we get you prepared for soccer. It is time for the gold medal match between the host nation France and Spain in men's soccer at Parc de France. It will be rocking there. We'll get you set for it next.
Queen of the Dead. Are you trying to do something good for a change?
I'm always good at what I do.
You are.
The Honda Civic behind me is next level awesome. And it's a hybrid. With a 200 horsepower hybrid powertrain, it's the most powerful in a Civic sedan ever.
All-terrain tires, a tubular roof rack, and lifted suspension. I've never been more ready for adventure. The Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek.
gods on your side. Rewards once available to the few are now accessible to the many. Credit One Bank. Get cashback rewards and live large.
Summer hot deals are here at Chatham Parkway Subaru. Save big this month with low lease payments. 2024 Subaru.
Paris Arena, where the United States men have done it. They have won bronze with a 3-set sweep over Italy, joined by Micah Christensen and Matt Anderson. And
dunked by Shoji. DeFalco.